People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
And though it might hurt, I'ma tell you the truth, at least most of.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. See who I have here.
Hi.
This is Sadjo. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll put it down below, or I'll also put it on the screen.
Yes.
And today we're gonna talk about Instagram quotes.
Yes. We're ready.
Yes, we're gonna talk about our favorite Instagram quotes and why we actually like them. So let's go. I'm gonna start with the first one, and it's, can you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? It represents the fact that when you grow up, the world actually tells you who you should be. Like, let's say as a woman who you should be, as a black human being who you should be. So there's so many titles and identities, even as a Christian, like that people tell you how you should be. But when you were a child, you were so free of all of that, and you were just you. And sometimes when people say, well, you're a black woman and black women are supposed to do this, it actually imprisons who you actually were before people were telling you how you should be. So for me, it's a sign of liberation, actually.
Yeah, like you have to like shed the labels that, that people put on you. The first one that I have is when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I like the quote because I've had that experience. When people show you like the true colors, believe them. And sometimes people can be very vile, I would say, and it's really hard to believe. You know, people make mistakes and people change, but there are like levels to certain things you can do. And sometimes the things you do, how you treat people, really says a lot about you as a person and your character. You can change, but the person has to realize, I have issues. But for you to protect yourself from that, like when it show you how they are and it affects you and it hurts you, just let it go and don't try to paint another picture.
This second quote is actually, life is hard for two reasons: because you're leaving your comfort zone, or because you're staying in it. Like sometimes we stay in a certain situation and you feel like you need to be elevated, but you continue sticking to places based on, oh, I have history or I'm used to it, but you're supposed to get out of it. And the second part, so because you're leaving your comfort zone, it's harder to leave something that you're not familiar with, but actually it can bring you so many benefits in life in general. And then when you stay in a certain place that is no longer meant for you, I feel like that's when we get like anxiety, you get depression and stuff, because you feel like certain situation no longer serves you.
That's true. It's uncomfortable to not be in your comfort zone, but that's when you grow and that's how you get strong. Because I think it's like, even for yourself, it's inspiring to do something that you thought you couldn't do. And then when you get there, you're like, okay, I'm here, like, good job. And now what's the next one? And that's growth. My next quote is, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So why I like this quote is because it's true. You have to look at yourself and look at the people around you, and everybody, I believe, serves a purpose in your life. Like, you can have friends for a lifetime. They're like your support system. And then you have people that come into your life for a certain period to serve a certain time. It can be with relationships. You can have a relationship that doesn't turn out well, but you always have to think about, okay, what did you learn? Because nothing happens for no reason. At least you know what you shouldn't do. Like, even in the bad situation, like, okay, I had this relationship and everything went wrong, but I know that I'm not going to do this the next time. And that's what you learn out of that. And that's like maybe the reason why that person came into your life. Everyone has a purpose in your life.
Yeah, that's true, because I also believe that very often the relationships you have with people is like a mirror also of who you are. So sometimes if you like accept certain things from another people, you need to question your relationship even with yourself, because why would you allow them to treat you that way if you truly are grown and if you truly love yourself? So it's very telling about the season that you're in when you allow people in certain seasons that should have been gone a long time ago. My last quote. 3 things you never feel guilty for: changing for the better, knowing your worth, and staying true to your vision. I think this quote talks about me as a person, because I always talk about knowing your worth, personal growth, and change. And also I also always talk about you need to stay true to your vision, need to know where you're going, and I like to say I'm going places. So I feel like it's very important to like know your words, because I feel like a lot of people allow things because of lack of value for themselves, and also changing for the better. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, like with the comfort zone. To change, it's beneficial for you. You know, we like, sometimes we're toxic ourselves because we like to say everyone's toxic as if we don't have toxic traits. So changing for the better is always important, and just knowing your vision. When you know where you're going in life, you can't be too distracted. You don't go left and right. At least you know where you're going, and so even when you're not on the track, you'll get back on track because you know you got things to do.
A vision is important for yourself. Like, you can dream really big, but a vision can also be like, that's the type of person that I want to be, and that's what I want in my life. Like, I would give for an example, something that I feel like maybe a lot of girls can relate to. Imagine how your life and love life can be, and then you get into this relationship, like, what the fuck is this? Just by experience and also talking to other people, yeah, that's how it is. Like, nobody's that happy, nobody's blah blah. I'm like, but no, I want that, you know? And that's for me, like, staying true to your vision and to be like, you know what, I want this type of relationship, I want to do this with my partner, this is what I expect. And it's not because I'm with someone who's not living up to that I'm gonna be like, you know what, I guess that's the way it is. That's like, no, that's what I want, and I will keep going for it and look for it. And then you kind of like speak it into existence. Don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. And that's something honestly that I try to live by. It's not easy, it's like easy to say it, but you catch yourself saying anything. But you have to realize again the power of words, and that's something that I try to live up to. And again, it's not easy, but you have to know, like, if you always speak negativity and bad things, that will come right back at you, especially in this social media era. That I find it crazy because we can all have those negative comments, but the people who take the time to go talk and say negative things to people, you have a problem.
I blocked the shade room because of that.
Oh really? I haven't yet.
Too much. I was losing my faith in humanity because a baby will be up the screen and people will be like, oh my god, and I'm like, nah, you guys are too much sick and are miserable, and I just had to block them.
If you don't grow together, you grow apart. I felt that, you know, because it's not only in relationships, but also maybe with friendships. Everybody's doing their thing, working, getting married, having kids, and some people are not doing that. And you just realize, if you don't grow together individually in what you're doing, then you might really grow apart. And I think that maybe just like to protect your relationships, with whether it's a love relationship or just with friendship, you have to be aware of that. Like, if you love someone or you love your friend, you have to make sure that when you grow, check that they're growing.
Like, the number one thing that I've always said I'm looking for in a relationship, someone that's willing to grow. If you're willing to grow together, like, I feel like we can get through different challenges. But if I'm growing and you're staying at a certain place and you don't want to evolve out of your situation, I feel like when you're actually growing with someone, your relationship becomes like, you get like an exponential growth, and you go do things together, and you'll look at each other like, oh wow, look where we're coming from. When it's not, like, the person is gonna start resenting you for your growth. If you guys like this type of videos and you want to hear more Instagram quotes, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Sadjo's channel. And yeah, subscribe, comment, and like this video. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. See you next week's video. Bye bye.
We don't love blinds, those we kissed with both eyes open. Trust me like you used to, boy.